It's 3 a.m. You are completely asleep and suddenly you're awake. Your heart is pounding, your chest is tight, drenched in sweat and this overwhelming feeling of doom, like something terrible is happening and you don't know what it is. You weren't having a nightmare. You weren't stressed before bed. You were just sleeping. And now you're in full-blown panic and you have no idea why. If this has happened to you, and you're not going crazy, you're experiencing a nocturnal panic. And it's more common than you think. Today, I'm going to explain what's actually happening and why it defies the usual advice and exactly what to do when it hits. A nocturnal panic attack is exactly what it sounds like. A full panic attack that happens while you're asleep. You go from unconscious to maximum fight or flight in seconds. No warning, no trigger you can identify. Here's what makes them different from daytime panic. During the day, there's usually a trigger, a thought, a situation, a sensation. Your conscious mind is online and can at least attempt to reason with the fear. But at night, your conscious mind is completely offline. You wake up already in the middle of the storm. Research shows that nocturnal panic attacks most often occur during the transition from stage 2 to stage 3 sleep. That's the shift into deep sleep, not during REM sleep, not during dreams, during the phase when your brain is supposed to be powering down. So why does your brain panic during the most restful phase? There are a few theories. The leading one is that during this transition, your body goes through physical changes. Your heart rate slows, your breathing shifts, muscles relax. And for a nervous system that's already sensitized, already on high alert, those changes can feel like danger signals. Your heart slowing down gets misread as your heart stopping. Your breathing shifting gets misread as suffocation. Your muscles relaxing gets misread as losing control. Your brain interprets normal sleep physiology as a threat and fires the alarm. And here's the problem with standard panic advice when it comes to nocturnal attacks. Everyone says, catch it early, notice the first signs, start breathing. But you can't catch it when you're unconscious. By the time you wake up, the adrenaline has already been dumped. Your heart is already racing. Your body is already in full fight or flight. You're not at the beginning of the wave, you're in the middle of it. That means the approach has to be different. You're not preventing the spike, you're managing the peak and accelerating the calm down. And the tools you use need to account for the fact that you're disoriented, in the dark, possibly alone, and your thinking brain is barely awake. Nocturnal panic attacks are more likely if your baseline anxiety is elevated, if your nervous system has been running hot all day from stress, from caffeine, from doom scrolling, from whatever. It doesn't just reset when you fall asleep. That accumulated tension carries into the night. And there are also physiological factors. Breathing changes during sleep. If you're prone to shallow breathing or mid-sleep apnea, your CO2 levels can rise slightly. For most people, that's nothing. For a sensitized nervous system, it can trigger the alarm. Eating late, alcohol before bed, and stimulants early in the day also play a role. Not because they directly cause panic, but because they disrupt the physiological stability your nervous system needs to feel safe during sleep. And here's the cruel cycle. Once you've had one nocturnal panic attack, you start fearing sleep itself. You lie in bed hypervigilant, monitoring every heartbeat, every shift in your breathing. That vigilance keeps your sympathetic nervous system active, which makes another attack more likely. The fear of the attack becomes the fuel for the next one. So when you wake up in panic at 3 a.m., your thinking brain is at maybe 20% capacity. So your protocol needs to be that simple. 3 steps, nothing complicated. Step number 1 is orientation. Open your eyes, turn on a light, even if it's your phone screen. Look around the room, say out loud, I'm in my bedroom, it's nighttime, I'm safe, this is a panic attack. Your brain needs the context. It woke up in fight or flight with no reference point. So give it one. The light and your voice activate your prefrontal cortex and start pulling you out of pure reptilian brain. Number 2 is the cold reset with cold water. Keep a glass of ice water on your nightstand. When you wake up in panic, drink some. Let the cold hit the back of your throat. If you can, splash cold water on your face, because this activates the mammalian dive reflex. It's an involuntary response that immediately slows your heart rate and redirects blood from your limbs to your core. It's a neurological overdrive. Your body can't maintain full fight or flight and activate the dive reflex at the same time. Step number 3 is the extended exhale. Because once you're oriented and you've done the cold reset, then you breathe. Not before, but you breathe in for 4 and out for 6 to 8. You do that very slowly, through your mouth if needed. You count out loud if you can, because the counting forces your brain to do the math, which pulls resources away from the fear center. You do this for 2 to 3 minutes. That's the protocol. So you orient, you do the cold, and you breathe. It's 3 steps. Because at 3 a.m. you won't remember a 10-step plan, but you will remember 3 words. And if you want to reduce how often these things happen, you have to lower your nervous system's baseline during the day. No caffeine afternoon, screen-free for 30 minutes before bed. A short breathing practice before sleep. 4 counts in, 6 out. Do that for just 2 to 3 minutes. You keep your room cool and you stop monitoring your body in bed. Let go of the heartbeat watching. Your body knows how to sleep. Just trust it. If you've been waking up in terror at 3 a.m. and thought something was seriously wrong with you, now you know. It's your nervous system misreading safety as danger. You're not broken. You're just sensitized. And there's a very, very big difference between those two. Comment below if this has happened to you. And if you want the complete system for taking control of panic, the link is in the description. Thank you for watching.